Hello and welcome to BBC News at 6. Here's what's coming up. The terrible terrors of tax. Is the government overcharging us, and how does it make the nation furious? It is 6:04 p.m. Welcome to BBC News. Today, we will analyse tax in the UK. Here is what it's all about. All about British tax, issues, benefits and rebellion. But first we must look into detail of what it is. Tax is the money you pay for the government, with its intention to fund the country. Some countries may charge more than others. However, in our country sometimes, tax is not spent wisely. They can overspend it and so it causes controversy. During the Middle Ages, overtaxing would result in a civil war. Millions of British people are furious with the government's tax rules. It's because they're charging lots during the cost of living crisis and the prices are too high. Many cannot afford it anymore because the corrupt government refuses reduction. The government does not take it seriously. Per year, the average person pays £180,000, but you could pay more. Our tax ends up in many places. 1. It can end up to our council and government to fund things like education and medical or local events. 2. It can end up to funding some countries and your pensions. There is a theory, however, that tax goes to the politicians themselves, and royalty is another theory. £180,000 is a very high amount. There's also other costs to pay. Rishi Sunak refuses to reduce tax but increase it, so it is a major reason why people strike. Affordability is impossible. How does it link to the cost of living and strikes? The cost of living crisis has caused various issues for people and has put pressure on finance. Many can no longer afford to buy groceries, and not only that, they are put into more pressure with taxes. A couple of you will suggest that this is wrong, and yes, it is. Let's look at strikes now. People in the UK, and parts of the world, strike in a request to make the pay offer increase by a certain percentage. This is because the people can no longer be able to pay for the things the government wants, like higher tax charges. In conclusion, the government should reduce tax to prevent rebellion, strikes and protests. This can prevent anger and finally governments can redeem themselves. The country will run fairly if action is taken. That's all from us. Good night.